What's up, A to Z Sports Live, Titan Game Day Live, the halftime show. The Titans are down 24-14. All the fun ended when Will Levis threw back-to-back interceptions on back-to-back pass attempts, and the Bengals get 10 points out of it to make it a 24-14 halftime score. A lot to get to here on this halftime show. I'm Austin Stanley alongside Easton Freeze, one of our Titans reporters for A to Z Sports.com. Easton, before we officially get going, tell the people what they got to do here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Yeah, guys, just like the show for us. Hit that thumbs up on Facebook, on YouTube. Like the show. Before we get out of here, quick halftime show for you. Talk about what was a pretty exciting half of football, Austin. I know the interceptions made some folks sad, but in terms of pure entertainment value from a non-rooting standpoint, that half of football had approximately 4.7 times the entertainment of the entire Titans game last weekend. So I'm having a good time.
Hey, you're not incorrect there. But let's get it going officially. Welcome into A to Z Sports, our Titan Game Day Live halftime show. Shout out to our friends and season-long sponsors, X Golf Nashville and Murfreesboro. PlayXGolf.com is their website. BetMGM, we've got a lot of bets out there. We'll check in on those if we have time later on this halftime show, especially in the post-game show. BetMGM, download the app today. Use our code ATOZ Sports. Get up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if that first bet misses. And T-Dot, join T-Dot's campaign to find the solution to end litter across the state of Tennessee at NobodyTrashesTennessee.com. And Easton, you nailed it. It was a really fun, crazy, wild, entertaining, potentially tipsy, drunk first half of football until
the under is maybe dead. All the points.
Honestly, until it's like you're having a good time until the one friend did a little too much. And then it kind of ruined the vibe for everybody. And that would be Will Levis with back-to-back interceptions.
Your buddy puked on your mom's carpet, and it's like, all right, come on, man. Yeah.
Yep. The extra whiskey was just one whiskey too many. And look, Will Levis goes back-to-back interceptions. And Easton, the Titans defense at least holds the Bengals to a field goal at the end of the half after the second interception. Your initial thoughts on that first half from the Titans overall?
Yeah, bad half from Levis. Absolutely. I have a lot of questions I need answered from them in the post game. The first turnover.
I have a take on Levis, but I'll get to it here in a second after you kind of go through your thoughts. Just wanted.
Okay, sure. So the first turnover being the fumble. I don't know what the play was there. It's 3rd and long. You're in field goal range. It looked like a quarterback that had one idea of a play and a line that had a different idea of a play.
Yeah.
I think it was a designed quarterback run, but I'm not sure. It's bad. You can't put the ball on the ground there. Also, the offensive line was killed immediately. So even if he hadn't fumbled, there was nowhere to go. So I don't know what the play was there. I need that explained. The first interception from Levis, I talk about needing something explained. I need him to explain what he saw there. You could have had NWI open underneath, but it was going to be short of the sticks. You threw it to a spot where he wasn't, but the defender was. But also, like, maybe you were going for the guy beyond him, who was also super not open. So I just a weird, and Levis, I want to say just a terrible throw, but how animated Levis was afterwards. He seemed so mad about something. It makes me think that he thought something was going to happen that didn't happen.
On the first pick?
Yes. So I want to hear him at least explain before I full-blown say terrible, terrible throw. It sure looks like one, but his body language was weird. The second pick is what it is. It just, it's almost like wherever Will Levis goes, turnovers follow him, even when it's not even 100% his fault. It's not a great throw. It's really not a bad throw either. You're putting the ball where only your receiver can get it. NWI happens to volleyball set it directly into the hands of Mike Hilton, who happens to be in the perfect spot. It's just that interception is more bad luck than anything. Is it a perfect ball? No. But is it like, oh, Will Levis, what are you doing? No. But it's just like, how many times this year have we said that with him? It's just a brutal stretch for him. It's like, you hear bad teams tend to have bad luck and good teams create their own luck. It's like, well, quarterbacks that are turnover prone, sometimes I think they create their own bad luck as well in terms of turnovers created.
Yeah, no doubt. So look, this is where it comes because Chris is all over it. I don't think his shoulder's healthy because I look at
we know it's not healthy, first of all.
Right. And I think it's bothering him because the 2 interceptions were just high. The ball was sailing to where I think he was going to the one to NWI. I think you could argue defensive pass interference. They kind of both were.
Which one? The one where NWI bats it into his hands?
The second one. It was. You could argue defensive pass interference on there because the defender interfered with the pass that led to an interception because of the contact that was made. But it was a high ball that shouldn't have been high. It was an easier throw than the first one, where the throw, again, there's confusion on what he was doing, what he was seeing, and the broadcast went through that too. But I think his shoulder's bothering him. And I think when I watch Will Levis throw, and when I look at the Dolphins game, I look at the first drive out of the second half last week in the Jags game after he landed on the shoulder, and a couple on these throws, I feel like when he's hurt and he's trying to protect his shoulder, his elbow is kind of low and in towards his body, and he's like whipping the ball like that in a quicker.
He is. He's having to drive the ball because he can't rely on the torque from his shoulder.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think he is not healthy enough to play well. And so I also don't want Rick Lynch to go on this. And some others said, boo-hoo, Austin. This is Chaz. Boo-hoo, Austin. You suit up. You're telling me the team can't throw the damn ball. Levis sucks. I'm not saying that. And Rick says predictable. No, I think Levis is not healthy, and I think he is still making decisions like he is healthy. Therefore, he is not playing bad, and I'm not making excuses for anybody who says in the chat that I'm making excuses. I think Will Levis is playing very poor today. He's got 3 turnovers in one half. Joe Burrow's got 3 touchdown passes in one half. He does have an interception as well. That was a bad ball by Burrow, and Burrow wasn't perfect either, but he made a hell of a lot of plays to get his team up to 24 points in that first half. So I think Will Levis is banged up. I don't know if that is true or not. I don't think pulling him proves anything. And Jameson, it's not excuses. I'm not a Will Levis defender. Thank you, Darius. I don't think Will Levis is a high-level quarterback potential in the league. I just think this is
I'm also not
game.
defending Will Levis based on that half, just for the record.
No, you guys
no defense for me on what was a bad half from Will Levis.
Yes, way too quick to jump on things. The Titans are a bad football team. The Bengals are a great offense with a bad defense. And the Titans also have so many false starts that just put this team in a bad spot. The first interception came after a 3rd and 2 was ruined by J.C. Latham to make it a 3rd and 7, changes the play, and all of a sudden now they got to do something else, and he throws a bad interception. Like, Will Levis is not a good quarterback. The Titans are not a good football team, and it's showing here. I also think he's got a bad shoulder. So there you go.
Yeah, the kind of a side note, but the Latham false starts are so strange because for his entire pro football career, and I want to go back and look at Alabama. I don't have any recollection of him being a penalty red flag guy at Bama. So I don't think in college he had an issue. I know that for the first 3 months of this year, he didn't have an issue in games or in practice, because when he started in this past month having these false starts, I talked to the coaches later and was like, was this a problem for him at all? Like in practice? And they're like, I don't think JC Latham has jumped off sides one time in practice ever until that game 4 games ago. Was it the Houston game when he had the first play of the game, the jump off sides? And then from there, he's had 3 or 4 in the past month.
And the Washington game too.
Yeah. It's been at least one every game, I think. I'll have to go back and check. The point is, it's a problem now. And it's like he's in his own head, and I don't know, because this is a guy that was so clean on that front, and then now suddenly he can't stop doing it. So that's just strange. I don't really know what the deal is there.
Yeah. Kicker the King says, stop it, Austin. You said last 2 games Will Levis moved the narrative off of him. Yeah.
Not the last 2. I said the 2 before that, for the record.
Yes, the 4 before that. Like Kicker the King, dude, follow along here. Like, stop living 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago was December 1st, and Will Levis was not the problem.
We live in a different world today than we did then. Kicker the King.
He played well enough against the Vikings. He played pretty strong against the Chargers. But the last 6 quarters of Will Levis have not been good. And honestly, if we're being honest here, in the first half against the Jags game, he didn't throw the ball that often. They ran the ball 18 times in the first half against the Jags. Then he gets hurt in the last play of the first half against Jacksonville and was not good in the second half and has not been good today. So things have changed. We are 2 weeks later. Move your brain 2 weeks later to reality where we are. Let's get to some other super chats here as we've got a few more minutes before the second half begins, because Ryan Fields, super Kentucky fan and Will Levis supporter, Ryan Fields says, Austin, I'm officially off the Levis train. Okay. Welcome. That's where I've been the entire time leading up to the NFL draft. Yes, he showed progress there for about a month.
No. You don't have to do that, Austin.
Yes, I
The
do.
guys. This is a moment of growth for Ryan, and you're shoving him down. You're taking his head and pushing it under the water.
No, I'm saying I told him welcome. Welcome.
You said welcome. It's
here.
where I've been the whole time. You don't need to pump yourself up to put Ryan down.
But no, I do, because Ryan's been dogging me the whole time I've been on the right side.
Yes, okay, well then eat it, Ryan. Never mind.
The whole time, the last year and a half, Ryan's been dogging me, and now you just decide to join me. I'm not going to forget completely, but welcome.
Sorry for you,
Make sure you take your shoes off before you walk inside. TLG says, Titans family have the worst pro team in the country. Entire season feels like the New England snow game beatdown. Looked like a first-year expansion team. There's just a lot of problems overall, without a doubt, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I have no thoughts.
I saw a couple chats that you favorited too. Do you want to get to those before the second half begins?
Just throw them up there. Why not? Sean said, I think Callie gets fired. If that's your takeaway from that half. All right. Okay. Nathan said he's tailed Boyd on the bet, so that was a good call there. We got a couple bets cashed so far, so that's been nice. The Jamar Chase numbers not quite there, but I think he has 80 yards so far, so we're sitting comfortable on all of the Jamar Chase numbers, so that's good too. Zoe asking, what excuse do I have for Levis today? I've made it clear I do not have an excuse for Levis today. He's been bad. And then Ken says, Easton, has Levis earned another season now or no? Right now, no.
Nah, it's not a conversation for this halftime show. It's
not a conversation for a halftime show. But if you ask me based on that half of football, I don't have to tell you the answer to that question. So there you go. A conversation for, I'd imagine, later this week and the next week and the next week. So
all right. So
we should be getting back from half here in a minute.
The Titans do get the ball to start this half.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Will Levis has thrown back-to-back interceptions and back-to-back pass attempts. What do you expect to see from Brian Callahan, the play caller, to get his quarterback moving in the correct direction? Because, look, they moved the ball a couple times. They got a touchdown off of a turnover early in the game. They were up 14-7 after being up 7-0. What do you expect from this opening drive out of the half?
Yeah, Ridley shot play very early, maybe first play.
You think so?
I mean, it's the way Callahan's operated this whole time. And at this point where you're no longer playing to win games like for your season, like this is all developmental at this point and for pride and whatnot. Why wouldn't you? Like I would if I was the coach, because you're not benching the guy. Like we're continuing to roll with him. We're sticking with our plan. There's no reason playing Mason Rudolph right now does us no good.
Correct.
So go out there and take a shot, because the only way to get his confidence back is to have some positive plays. So let's see what we can make happen. And he's done that so far this year, right?
Because I think he is not healthy enough to succeed at a high level. I'm not saying he's not healthy enough.
I mean, his health may be impacting his accuracy, but I don't think it's impacting his ability to drive the ball downfield, because they made it very clear they weren't going to let him play any more games this year. The coaches made this clear if he could not push the ball downfield the way that he needs to. Enough. So I think it may be a really inaccurate deep ball, but I think he'll get it down there.
Okay. Does Jamar Chase get in the end zone? Because man,
I don't know, buddy. I don't know. We're getting Sam Hubbard touchdowns, but we are not getting Jamar Chase touchdowns. I hit on a Tony Pollard, T. Higgins parlay anytime touchdowns, which I can't even remember if I mentioned pregame. I hope I did.
You did not. You kept that one from me.
I had too many. Yeah. So I mean, for Austin's sake, and I've got at least one. Yeah, I've got one Chase touchdown. Yeah, I paired it with NWI anytime touchdown. So we need the Titans to score, not for them to stay in the game so much. I mean, that helps as well, but more for both teams to continue throwing the ball, because that'd be nice and fun.
Let it throw. We want to watch entertaining football. That half was entertaining.
It was
earlier than it was late, but it was still entertaining. So we'll catch you guys for the post-game show here live on the A to Z Sports Facebook and YouTube channel, and also on Twitch. Shout out to xgolf.com, BetMGM, get Jamar Chase in the end zone so I can win some money, and T-Dot, nobodytrashedtennessee.com. We'll catch you guys at the post-game show. Titans get the football to start. Thanks. See you later.